first line, hook-headed, hairy young fern, springy, curled. Unfortunately, something happened to the F on fern. So when Brian took this off the press and looked at it, he was, I think, at first horrified to find that what it said was hook-headed, hairy young Ern. But very soon his horror, I think, turned to delight, and he was still full of the joy of this accident when we arrived a little bit later for a few days. In fact, it was on a pool with a poem that he printed, that he wrote the details of how he would pick us up at Shrewsbury Station. So that came in the post, and it also said on it, bring a new, and then in brackets, short, question mark, poem to print. So I took a new short poem to print. And at this point, I'll just take up reading from his account of our activity. About the time I was finishing the second undertaking, they came to stay with us for a few days, Philip, Pacey and Jill, my wife, who were there. Philip, and both of us in fact, had been trained latterly at the College of Librarianship, Aberystwyth, and had been to Gregorno briefly before as a student. In partnership, we evolved a project which was so breathtaking that I would never have attempted it on my own. An 8-page sheet folded to 4 printed sides, devoted to one each of our poems, a title page and a credit page. There it is. Furthermore, such was our hubris, this was to be an edition of no less than 20 copies, and was to be on green tinted paper of an unknown dampening quality. It was inevitable that such effrontery would be punished. It was the 19th successful pull when I noticed that on the title page 2, the second O of my surname was not in the same font as the first O. I ask you, you can hardly take it. Since this is a scholarly journal, and I'm reading from the private library where this first appeared, it's reprinted in the book we're launching today. Since this is a scholarly journal in which only the truth may be told, it must be recorded that it was Philip who set the title page. And he had not, by several days, as much experience of typesetting as I had, of recognising the faces, the bodies, the O's. It is also probably necessary to state that we were not under the influence of alcohol at the time. Neither Philip at the time of setting, nor myself at the time of not noticing during machining, as if it were relevant. At the time, it did not seem to me to make a curiosity of the edition. It made a cock-up of it. But there was no time to start again. We both signed the edition and divided it equally between us. The chances of it being held against us, we were prepared to accept. So anyone would like a closer look at that, welcome to come and see me afterwards. Just a couple of addenda to that, if I may. I've already mentioned I'm reading from the private library. This is a copy that was given to me by Brian. It's signed by him. He's written, "For Philip, in forgiveness for the O."